everyone, welcome back to the 2018 Granny Square Crochet Along. Today we're making the Starflower Square, namely so because we have a star at the centre and then we have a flower around it. So beautiful, pretty and lovely and simple to work up. So you can do this in as many colours as you like, or all in one colour if you fancy. Completely up to you. As you can see, I'm just doing the 3 colour changes today. So you will need your hook and yarn and some scissors if you are changing colour, and that's it. So let's get started on how to do it. So to start, you want to do a chain 4 and a slip stitch to your first chain to make a ring, or you can start with the magic circle. And then you're going to chain 2, which counts as your first half double crochet, and then 2 more half double crochets. 1, 2 half double crochets, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 more half double crochets. Off camera there. 2, 3. 3, chain 3, 3 more half double crochets. Oops. 1, 2, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then do that twice more. So 3 half double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, and 3 more half double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And then a last chain 3. And we're going to slip stitch that to the top of your beginning chain 2. And there you should have a 5-pointed star. There we go. Okay, if you are changing colour, fasten off and then join your new colour in the centre of your chain 3 space. If you are keeping the same colour, then just slip stitch across into the centre of your chain 3 space. Okay, just go across your half double crochets into your chain space. Okay, and then you are going to chain 2 and then 3 double crochet in your center half double crochet. So you've got 3 half double crochets here. You want to do it in your second one. So here's our second one. I'm going to do 3 double crochets into there. 2 and 3, and then chain 2. Do a slip stitch in the top of your chain 3, and then chain 2, and then you're going to repeat this around. 3 double crochet in your center half double crochet. 1, 2 and 3, chain 2, slip stitch in the center of your chain 3, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the center half double crochet. 1, 2 and 3, chain 2, slip stitch in the top of your chain 3, chain 2, 3 double crochet in your middle half double crochet, 2, 3, chain 2, slip stitch in the top of your chain 3, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the top of your second middle half double crochet. This is the one next to your chain, so it sometimes can look a little bit different and be different to get into because of having your chain and your slip stitch. So I want to go through, there we go. So 3 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, and a final chain 2, and you're going to slip stitch by this slip stitch here, or if your slip stitch isn't too tight, you can slip stitch into your actual slip stitch. So there we go, this is the end of round 2. Okay, if you are changing colour, then fasten off and join your new colour in your middle double crochet. If you're sticking with the same colour, then you need to slip stitch across to that stitch. So slip stitch in a chain space, I'm going to slip stitch in a second chain, slip stitch in my first stitch, and slip stitch in the second stitch. Okay, and then you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do 3 double crochet in this first chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochet in the next chain 2 space. 1, 2, 3, chain 1, slip stitch into your middle double crochet. Oops, this is making your flower petals now. And then another chain 1 and 3 double crochet in your chain 2 space. 2, 3, 3 double crochet in the next chain 2 space. 2, 3, slip stitch in your middle double crochet. Oh, sorry, chain 1 actually. Chain 1. So I missed that one. So chain 1, slip stitch in your middle double crochet. Chain 1, 3 double crochet in your next chain 2 space. 2, 3, 3 double crochet in the next chain 2 space. 2, 3, chain 1, slip stitch in your middle double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet in the next chain 2 space, 3 double crochet in the next chain 2 space, 2, 3, chain 1, slip stitch in your middle double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet in your chain 2 space, 2, 3, 3 double crochet in your next chain 2 space. And this is your last chain 2 space, so it will seem a bit thicker if you slip stitched across because that's where we've got our slip stitches. So 3 double crochet in there, 3 double crochet in there, and then you're going to do a slip stitch into, sorry, chain 1, and then a slip stitch into your middle double crochet, which is where we started. slip stitch into there, and then if you want to change colour, fasten off and get your next colour ready. Okay, so this is what we have now at the end of round 3. We have our star, and then we have our flower petals around the outside, looking rather lovely. So we're now going to start to square this off, and we're going to sort of provide like a chain frame around it now. If you want to stay with the same colour, then you are in exactly the right spot to start off. If you are starting a new colour, then you want to join with a slip stitch into any of your slip stitches, so the ones that we did in our centre double crochet. You could obviously start where you fastened off, but I find that with the slip stitch and the fasten off, it's just a bit too much to try and get through, so I'm gone into a different one here. Okay, so you are now going to, as I said, we're going to start to frame this. So we're going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you're going to slip stitch into the first double crochet of the second 6 double crochet cluster. So these are our clusters of 6 double crochet, or our groups of 6 double crochet. So this is our first double crochet. This is our first group, and this is our second, and we want to slip stitch into the first double crochet. So miss this first group, go into the second group, and you've got your chain here and then your first double crochet. So you want to do a slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet. Okay, and then you're going to chain another 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you're going to slip stitch into the third double crochet of the next cluster. So that will be third double crochet. So this one. So the next cluster, I was looking at this one I'm thinking, no, that can't be right. So this next group, so we've done this one, I'm going to go into this one and go into the third, so it would be this one here, the third one. So 1, 2, 3, and do a slip stitch. Okay, so it's this first one here before, well, the last one of this first set of 3. Okay, so then you're going to chain 12 again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we are going to slip stitch into the 5th double crochet of the next cluster. So this is the next cluster. We're going to go into the 5th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch into there. This will be making our corners spaced out. This will be making it all nice and spaced out for our corners. So then chain 12, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you're going to slip stitch in the first slip stitch. So all the way around here, you're going to slip stitch into your first slip stitch. If you can't quite get into your slip stitch, if it's a bit too tight, then just do it into the same stitch. Okay, I think I can probably just about get in there. Might need to use my hook side. That's the hook's useful for that. So there we go. Do a slip stitch into that slip stitch, and that joins and ends that round. So I lay this down here, then you can see that we've now got our corners. So these are joined in like the central points, and you can see that you're going to have your corners here. Okay, so there we go. time to actually make this into a square. Okay, so you could change colours for this round, but it's a bit pointless really, because this chain is going to be mostly covered up with stitches. So all you would see of this colour is these little slip stitches, so it doesn't make much sense to change colour. But if you want to, then slip stitch over into your chain space, or join your colour in your chain space. Otherwise, slip stitch over into your chain space and you're ready to go. So we're going to chain 3, and that counts as our first double crochet, and then 5 double crochets into your chain space. 2, 3, 4 and 5. There we go, just scooch those along a bit. And then we're going to chain 3, and we're going to do 6 double crochet into this space, same space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. There we go. And then you're going to do 6 double crochet into the next chain space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I know it can be a bit tricky working into such a big chain because it just sort of flops everywhere, so just take your time and work through that. So 6 double crochets and then chain 3 and 6 more double crochets. So you're going to do 6 more double crochets, and then you're going to do 6 in the next, and then chain 3. So you do 6, so in each chain space you're doing 6 double crochet, chain 3 and then 6 double crochet, okay, all the way round. And when you get around to the beginning, you're going to slip stitch into the top of your chain 3. Okay, so when you've done all those, you're going to slip stitch to your top chain of your initial chain 3, and there we go. So you might want to just scooch some of these stitches around so it looks a bit neater. So scooch sort of some to one end and some to the other of your chain spaces, just to make it seem and look that little bit neater. They do tend to just sort of go where they want to when you're working on such a big chain. Okay, so just move those around. There we go. Okay, so these chain 3 spaces that we did in this round become our corners. So they are now our corners. So it is time to move on to our next round. Okay, now having just looked at the pattern, I think I must have just done my chains bigger and looser than maybe some people. If your flower is taking up most of this square, most of this space, then don't worry that it's wrong. It's absolutely right. I've just looked at the pattern and seeing the ones on there, they're sort of filling it a bit more than mine. So I think I have just done my chains a bit loosely, but that's fine. Yours might look like mine. Either is good. So if you want to change colour, this is possibly the last round. It depends whether you need to do an extra one for size. If you want to change colour, then fasten this off and join your new colour either in the same space or join it in one of these spaces in the middle. So in the middle of your 2 sets of 6 double crochet, so in this middle part here. Okay, I'm going to continue from where I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is this chain 3 here is from that set there. Let's just move it along. Okay, so I am in the right space. Now you can start this round with either a standing double crochet, which I am going to learn one day. You can do your standing double crochet, or you can do a chain 3, the good old-fashioned way. So chain 3, and that counts as your first double crochet, and then you're going to do a double crochet into every stitch. Nice and simple. So 5 double crochets along this first set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in your corner you're going to do 2 double crochet, chain 3 and 2 double crochet. So 2 double crochet, chain 3, and 2 double crochet, and that is as simple as this round is. So 1 double crochet in every stitch, and so 6, and then another 6, and then 2 double crochet, chain 3, 2 double crochet, all the way around until you get back to the beginning, and then join with a slip stitch in your top chain, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, now if your square is the correct size after that double crochet round, then you can go ahead, fasten off, and admire your lovely square. If it's not quite the right size, then you can there is an optional round of single crochets, and it is suggested for the corners, if you do single crochets, that you put 5 single crochets into these corners, because there are 3 chains, so pop 5 single crochets in there and 1 single crochet in every stitch around. If you need a bit wider, then obviously by all means go ahead and do your half double crochets, and again you could just put 5 half double crochets into your corners, and that's totally fine. Whichever you need to do. Mine is nearly to size, so I think I'm just going to do a single crochet round, and I'm just going to stick to my blue and do that single crochet round, and then I'll be done. So I'm just going to do that now, and then I'll show you that at the end. So there we have the star flower square completed, with our 2 double crochet rounds and a single crochet round, and it's just about the right size for me. So I'm just trying to tuck these ends in so you can see it neater. Obviously I need to sew these ends in, and there we go, your star flower square. How pretty, simple, and lovely is that? Sometimes we don't need to be mega fancy with our squares for them to look beautiful and lovely. So there we go. If you found this useful and helpful, and you've enjoyed crocheting along with me, or just watching what I'm doing, then please click that like button and give us a thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and any comments, questions, leave them below, and come join us in the group. Show us your lovely photos of your lovely squares. It'd be great to see you over there. Until next time, just keep hooking and don't let your tea get cold.